Last week, we saw players that the entire fantasy industry was fading. They absolutely smashed. Zay Flowers, no touchdown upside.
Huh?
Keon Coleman, can't separate an egg.
Huh?
Deebo Samuel, old, fat, slow.
Huh?
In today's video, I'm going to bring you guys 6 players that will smash this week, just like those guys did last week. If you have these guys, get ready for a nice, stress-free Sunday. If you're going up against them, I'm sorry, man, but I am here for you. I'm Ron from Never Lucky Fantasy. Let's get in this video. We're going to start with the first player that I think is going to smash this week, Deebo Samuel. Look, you might not see this video in time. I'm getting it out late, man. Real life stuff happened, dude. I was procrastinating. Stuff happens, but, you know, we're doing our best over here. And if you started him last week, I tip my cap. But you got to do it again this week, man. I think he's going to pop off. 10 targets last week, 7 receptions for 77 yards, 19-yard rushing touchdown. Prototypical Deebo game. But what was different about Deebo's game was that he had 34% of his team's targets, man. That is not typical. Deebo Samuel's usually a low volume reception guy. He doesn't get a lot of targets, but he gets a lot of manufactured touches. That was his role with the 49ers. If this is going to be Deebo, dude, then I will do 10 push-ups. I was dead wrong about him, man. He's him. He's looking like he's him. He looks like he's a focal point of this offense. This game tonight has a 48.5 over-under, one of the highest on the slate of the week. JD5's rushing ability should give them more success against this really good Packers defense. Slow-ass Jared Goff, dude, he was not able to move. He was just getting pressured the entire game. I think it's going to be different with JD5. I don't think the Commanders will have as much success running the ball. This Packers defense is legit, man. Last game with the Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs and Monty, they combined for 46 rushing yards. So I don't think this team's going to be able to run the ball. It's going to be Deebo, dude. It's going to be Deebo. It's going to be Ertz. Now, I want to show you guys this stat. Packers slot cornerback Javon Bullard allowed 10 catches last week on 11 targets in the opener. So in the slot, Deebo Samuel ran 70% of his routes, man, in week 1. So Deebo's in the slot. The dude that plays slot corner for the Packers, he was the one giving up a lot of catches, 10 catches on 11 targets. So I love Deebo this week, man. I think he's going to smash again. I don't think this is going to be a Terry McLaurin week. Unfortunately, if you're a Terry McLaurin owner, you can still start him, dude. He can still pop up for like a deep touchdown. You know, you just never know, man. This Packers defense looked really good against the Lions, but that could just be a matchup thing. I think this is going to be a shootout, and you want to get pieces in this game. So you could start Terry, but Deebo's the guy that I really like in this matchup. And now we move along to the next player, Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, this is easy. You're going to start him either way, right? But look, you might not be feeling very great about last week's performance. You know, he only had the rushing touchdown. He had 7 targets, but only 1 catch for 11 yards. But he had that rushing touchdown. So he kind of helped you. He salvaged a day. You weren't in complete misery. And look, man, he was number 1 in the entire NFL in worst catchable rate. I want to show you guys. And look, man, he had the most uncatchable targets in the NFL in week 1. So it was just a brutal game, dude. He just couldn't get anything going. And in week 2 against the Bengals with a 48.5 over under. Dude, Joe Flacco last week against this Bengals defense, he was looking like Joe Montana, dude. He was elite. And he was carving up that Bengals secondary, but it was actually the X receiver, Cedric Tillman, who had the better day of the receivers. So he did most of the damage, and that is a role that Brian Thomas plays. He plays that traditional X receiver. So in a game, bro, I think it's going to be a shootout as well. BTJ is in an explosion spot. I think he's one of the better starts. He's somebody that I think could have like a top 5, maybe even the number 1 wide receiver on the slate, dude, on the weekend. So then we have James Conner going up against the Panthers, 43.5 over under. Look, he had a little bit of an underwhelming week 1. It was kind of one of those weird games where he was just inefficient. Trey Benson was looking good, but he still gets the touchdown. It's like a shovel pass touchdown, kind of cheesy. I was playing against him. That shit fucking sucked. But either way, bounce back game. He goes up against the Carolina Panthers in week 2. And Travis Etienne was looking like straight up Adrian Peterson against this Carolina defense. 143 rushing yards. Carve them up. Explosive plays, short yardage. It doesn't matter. This Carolina defense cannot stop the run. And he's coming off in 2024, man. He was RB11. Let's keep in mind, he had some of the best metrics. Explosive run rate was 4th in the NFL. 14% of his runs went for 10 yards. So he was just chunking teams. And then 2nd in the NFL in forced missed tackles per game. He had 4.5 missed tackles. So 15.9 points per game. I think he's going to repeat. It's an explosion spot. In 2024, just for a little bit more data, the Panthers allowed a league high 27.5 fantasy points per game to the RB position. Week 1 was no different, dude. They were getting carved up. Start him with confidence. It's going to be a great game. And now we have Ricky, big dick, large wiener, Ricky Pearsall. San Francisco at New Orleans Saints. It's only a 40.5 over under. It's kind of a low over under. But here is the case for Ricky Pearsall, man. It's only week 2. The 49ers are down to Kendrick Bourne as their wide receiver 2. They just signed this man. He had to quit his fucking job at Best Buy, show up to practice, and he's probably going to be the wide receiver 2, man. And then it's like MVS and a couple other like random tertiary pieces, but Brock Purdy's also out. So that's a little bit concerning. He's going to be out for like 4 or 5 weeks. Mac Jones, one of the better backup quarterbacks in the NFL, very competent, very capable. This game is going to be CMC and Ricky Pearsall each going for like 20 fantasy points, maybe 300 fantasy points. You just never know, man. Because it's really just them, dude. Like MVS is probably going to fucking spite me now or smite me down and score like 2 deep touchdowns. I'm going to be biting my words. But either way, this is going to be a full-blown 2-person offense. They're going to be eating. Ricky Pearsall looked great, dude, in week 1. He had 100 yards. He was heavily targeted. He got an end zone target. Ricky Pearsall was looking great, dude. All his routes, crisp. He was getting open. He was separating. He was getting open down the field, and Brock Purdy was looking his way. It's not going to be any different with Mac Jones. Start Ricky Pearsall with complete confidence. I love him this week. Next, we have the man who is cheeked up. It is Kayshawn Booty Butt Cheeks. New England at Miami. Absolutely fantastic start. Miami just got absolutely trounced by Daniel Jones. Drake May was shit in week 1. Let's just all admit it, dude. I think he's going to get it right in week 2. He's going to look much better against this Miami defense, who's really atrocious. Stephon Diggs, who everyone was expecting to be the number 1 guy, he is somewhere between 43 and 88 years old. He's coming off an ACL. He was minorly involved. He had like 6 targets. He was okay, right? He's like the short yardage guy, just like his role with the Texans. He's not very exciting, right? They're moving him along slowly. He's not going to be like the prototypical alpha wide receiver for this team, high volume guy. He's just going to be like a nice, trusted vet. This dude was a stud for LSU. He was very good. He was a fantastic wide receiver. Gets, a brutal ankle injury, gets surgery, and then he just falls in drafts. And in the last 4 games, man, the last 4 games with Drake May, he goes 5 for 95 and a touchdown on 7 targets, 4 for 28 on 5 targets, 7 for 117 and a tug on 7 targets, and then 6 for 103 on 8 targets. So he's a downfield threat. High yardage guy. He did get an end zone target last week. Look, man, he had the highest offensive snap percentage for a non-lineman or quarterback on any team in the NFL in week 1. He was the highest offensive snap percentage. He played in pretty much every single snap with Drake May. 45 of the pass plays, he ran 44 routes. So he only missed 1 fucking pass play. And, Drake May attempted 46 passes. So Daniel Jones was looking like a top 5 QB against this Miami secondary. As I mentioned, he was Heisman posing out there. He was just looking like the GOAT, dude. He was him. It's a divisional game, so weird shit can happen. But this is a smash start for him, man. I think he's going to repeat. He's going to give people a lot of confidence starting him moving forward, man. I think this is like legit his breakout game, dude. Check out this chart over here. This is essentially just his PFF grades from week 1, man. 80.7 PFF grade. That's 4th out of 67 wide receivers. 5th out of 67 in overall grade. He was fantastic, dude. He was great on film. The chemistry, the timing, dude, the ball was out of Drake May's hands. Kayshawn Booty was turning around. The ball's already out. Fucking nice little, toe tap sideline catches. Left and right, dude. Left and right. He was just looking great, dude. He was burning cornerbacks like it was nothing. So I love Kayshawn Booty. I picked his ass up, dude. Maybe that's why he's even in this video. So I'm big on him this week. I'm starting him with confidence. I just think against this Miami Dolphins, I don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss out on like a 2-touchdown performance. I mean, he's probably not going to get 2 touchdowns, let's be honest, but I just don't want to miss out on this Kayshawn Booty breakout. We already saw like stage 1 of the breakout. I want to be in on it. And somehow I'm also in on this next player, which is Travis Kelce, dude. I know it's weird. I know he's old as dirt as well. Eagles Chiefs at Chiefs. So it's a home game for the Chiefs. 46.5 over under. The Chiefs are coming off a loss. So they're playing, dude. They're playing a little bit desperate here. They don't want to go down 0-2. No Worthy. He's got the shoulder injury. No Rashee Rice, obviously. Super Bowl rematch. Jackson Mahomes twerking on the sidelines. Taylor Swift throwing Illuminati signs on the Jumbotron. This is cinema, dude. Hashtag cinema. Insert cinema meme there, dude. Start Kelce just for the vibes, bro. Just because of everything I just said. But seriously, last week versus the Eagles, Ferguson, the tight end for the Dallas Cowboys, he was very effective, man. I know his stat line looked like dog water, but he almost caught like a 30-yard touchdown pass. That would have made him like number 2 tight end on the week. If he just pulls that in, he's like a top 5 tight end where, we're singing a different tune about Ferguson, number 1. But I think Travis Kelce can be effective against this Eagles really good defense. Look, they have really good corners. They have really good front 7. This is a very fantastic defense. I feel like weird about starting a player against a defense like this, but it's a 46.5 over under. Travis Kelce, dude, he looked like dog shit last week. He was slow. He had 10% target share. I think he's going to be a PPR scam this week. He's going to get a lot of targets, a lot of receptions, a lot of underneath stuff. He's just going to be getting peppered all game. It's one of those games where it's not really a primetime game. It's an afternoon game, but it feels primetime, right? It's a Super Bowl rematch. As I mentioned, Taylor Swift throwing up the satanic Illuminati stuff. It's going to be cinema, dude. Travis Kelce is going to pop the fuck off, I think, hopefully. I think he's good for like a touchdown, maybe like 40 yards and like 7 catches, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's a little too crazy, but that is the video, everybody. 6 players I think are going to smash in week 2. Some of them were vibes based. Some of them were a little bit data driven. I go for the high over unders. Hope you guys like this video. Let me know down below, legit, like I actually need help. If you have any other like smash players that you did some data crunching or you think they're going to pop off this week, because I'm down horrendous. I'm starting Braylon Allen. I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking on the waiver wire. I'm looking under my couch. I'm looking for any player that I can start, man. And I'm sorry this video is a little bit late, dude. As I mentioned, real life stuff happened. I was procrastinating. Just wasn't feeling it today, man. But you know what happens. We try to grind, dude. I'm filming this shit at midnight right now, my time, local time in Germany. Go down in the Discord, dude. It's a nice little growing community where we're talking ball all the time. We're talking about trades. We're talking about who to start. It's kind of like community driven. It's crowdsourced, not just me fucking preaching and telling everyone what to do. Dope community. Join it. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.